Brother listed my seized island. Then my wire transfer arrived. I was sitting in a Marrakech café, scrolling luxury listings during my lunch break from teaching English to Moroccan teens. When I saw it, Serenity Key, Bahamas. $3.8 million. Distressed sale, immediate possession. The photos were mine. The island was mine. I laughed so hard the couple next table asked if I was okay. At 34, I earned $2,100 a month teaching and owned a $24 million private island. My family hadn't asked me a real question in 12 years, not since I dropped out of Princeton junior year to travel Southeast Asia. They decided I was the failure who chose poverty over success. They never knew a classmate's father, a Thai developer, hired me as his English translator. That job turned into deal-making. By 25, I was brokering luxury properties across Thailand, Singapore, Malaysia. By 30, my commissions let me buy Serenity Key cash as an investment. Then I got bored with money and returned to teaching because I loved it. Their story: Sarah quit Princeton, wastes life teaching poor kids, lives in a studio, too proud to admit she failed. I called my brother James. He answered immediately. Unusual. Sarah, I was going to call you. Why is my island on Sotheby's? Silence. Then, how did you find out? James, why is my property listed? Dad and I were trying to help. We know you're struggling in Morocco on like $2,000 a month. We found the island and figured you were underwater, too embarrassed to ask. There are no payments, I own it outright. That's impossible. You're a teacher. How do you own a Bahamas island? Long story. Short version, take it down now or I call the police. Sarah, be reasonable. We're helping you sell an asset you can't maintain. We already have 3 serious buyers. There is no foreclosure. I bought it cash in 2019. Dad checked public records. Saw your name, saw you stopped paying taxes. I paid $18,000 last month from my checking account. Silence. You have $18,000. Much more, remove the listing. No, I don't believe you. If you had money, you'd live like it. This is classic you, lying to avoid admitting you need help. We spent $15,000 on listing fees. We're committed. That's my island. Prove it. Come to the Bahamas and prove you own it, that you're not broke and too proud to accept we were right about you failing. He hung up. My brother had dared me to prove I wasn't a failure. I called Sotheby's. After 4 transfers, I reached Victoria Chin, the agent. She sounded professional and confused. Miss Cooper, I'm so sorry. Your brother provided a distress affidavit, power of attorney, even a letter from you authorizing the sale. Send me copies of everything he gave you. And how many deposits? 3 buyers. Total earnest money $420,000. $20 minutes later, the documents arrived. James had forged a power of attorney with my near-perfect signature. Created a fake letter for me begging them to sell before banks took it. Manufactured statements showing me $340,000 in debt. The forgery was excellent, almost practiced. I called Dad. Sarah, before you yell, I'm not yelling, I'm curious. How did you find Serenity Key? Your Marrakech landlord mentioned it when I called to check on you. Said you listed it as an asset on your rental application. My landlord, who I never told. Dad, did you hire a private investigator? I needed to know you were safe. You've been gone 12 years, living in third world countries, teaching for nothing. So you spied on me, found the island, and decided to sell it without asking. We were trying to help before you hit rock bottom. Taxes must be killing you. I paid them last month, and every month for 5 years. With what money? Commissions from 8 years brokering luxury deals in Asia before I chose teaching. Silence. Sarah, if you had real money, you'd live differently. Nice apartment, car, visit home. I live how I want. I teach because I enjoy it. The island is an investment. They're not contradictory, just not your choice. Then prove it. Come to the Bahamas. Show us you're not the failure we think. Fine, I'll be there Friday. Don't sell anything. The showings are scheduled. If we get an offer we can't refuse. If you sell my property, I'll have you arrested. You have 3 days to fix this, or I involve police. My hands shook, not from anger, from the absurdity of proving my life to my own family. The 19-hour trip from Casablanca to Nassau gave me time to study the listing, James's marketing, and the buyers. Russian oligarch, tax shelter. $150K deposit. American tech CEO, corporate retreat. $150K. Chinese investment group. $120K. $420,000 collected for property he didn't own from people who could ruin him when they learned the truth. Marcus, my caretaker, met me at the dock. Your family, S, been here all week. Brought contractors to look at subdividing. Your brother S been staying in the house, threw a big party Wednesday. Said he was celebrating the sale. We motored toward Serenity Key. I saw people on the beach, James, Dad, suited strangers, probably buyers. Marcus, don't say I'm the owner. Say you're bringing a potential buyer. He grinned. This gonna be fun. We docked. James approached in linen and expensive shirt, tanned, relaxed, playing luxury broker. Welcome to Serenity Key. I'm James Cooper, family representative, here for the 2 o'clock showing. Sarah Chin, very interested. He didn't recognize me. 12 years in Morocco had changed me. Short cropped hair, slim, tanned. Nothing like the Princeton girl he remembered. He gave me the full tour of my own island. 6 acres, 4,500 SQ-FT main house, 4 bedrooms, off-grid solar and desalination, the dock I built with Marcus. Dad appeared with the 3 buyers. He didn't recognize me either. We're doing sealed bids today, James said. Highest above $3.8 million wins. And you have clear title? Absolutely. It belonged to my sister, but she can't maintain it due to financial hardship. We're handling the sale. Can I see the power of attorney? He showed the forgery. Your sister authorized this? She's struggling to admit she needs help. Legally, we're clear. Dad added. Taxes were crushing her. She's a teacher in Morocco, lovely but impractical with money. This will clear her debts. How much debt? About $340,000. Cards, loans, back taxes. You verified this. Hired an investigator, saw the documents. He showed the fake statements. I'd like to bid. Minimum $3.8 million. $24 million. All cash, no contingencies, 7-day close. Everyone froze. James laughed. That's the real value. Sotheby's underpriced to create urgency. I've researched. 6 acres, private, full infrastructure, Bahamas advantages. Easily $24 million. The Russian reached for his phone. Tech CEO looked furious. Chinese group whispered. Dad stepped in. Ms. Chin, we're looking for serious offers. I am serious. I opened my tablet, showed brokerage balance, $31.4 million. James grabbed it, stared, looked at me, really looked. Sarah. Hi, James. His face went white. Dad shook his head. You're a teacher, $2,000 a month. $2,100 actually. I teach because I like it. Real estate was lucrative but boring. I manage investments at night. It's called having hobbies. Buyers started leaving. Russian security escorted him out. Tech CEO called lawyers. Chinese investors debated. James sat on my deck. You let us think you were broke. You assumed it. I never said I was. You live in a studio. Don't need more. I travel. You teach for poverty wages. For fun. Moroccan 14-year-olds are hilarious. Helping them say that's sus correctly makes me happy. Dad held the fake statements. The investigator showed proof you were in debt. Whatever James paid him to show. I've never had a credit card balance over $3,000. I pulled up real statements. 12 years of investing, tax payments, $187,000 taxes last month, $85,000 yearly to Marcus, $8 million in upgrades. You never asked, James stood. So this, the listing, deposits is fraud. You forged my signature, faked documents, took $420,000 under false pretenses. That's a crime. We were helping. No. You were proving I failed so you could feel better about yourselves. You spied, found success, assumed debt instead. Dad's phone rang. Federal wire fraud. Chinese investors reported it. James called his lawyer. I told Marcus, escort my family off the island. They're not authorized. Dad, you'll let them arrest us, your family. You tried to sell my island with forged papers. Collected $500,000. What did you expect? We thought we were helping. You thought you were fixing me. FBI helicopter arrived 20 minutes later. 2 agents focused on the $420,000 wires. James and Dad taken for questioning. Deposits frozen. Sotheby's pulled listing, started internal review. I sat on my deck at sunset, exactly where I planned when I bought it. Marcus brought a beer. You really gonna let them prosecute? Don't know, part wants to, part wants them to finally see I'm not who they think. My phone buzzed. James, I'm sorry, not for the listing. For never asking about your life, for assuming you failed because you didn't succeed my way. I stared at it, then called the FBI agent. I'd like charges dropped if they return all deposits, pay buyers legal fees and damages, and agree to boundary counseling. Agent was surprised but said he'd present it. 3 months later, James repaid $420,000 plus $80,000 legal damages. Dad paid court-mandated family therapy. I attended one video session from Casablanca. Therapist asked Dad why he assumed I was broke. Because she lives like she has nothing. Therapist, or she lives like she has everything she needs. Dad didn't get it, probably never will. I kept Serenity Key, kept teaching in Morocco. Kept my studio apartment, 3 blocks from my favorite café, don't need more. Family still doesn't fully understand. But they know not to sell my property without asking. Some measure success by possessions. I measure it by how many Moroccan teens can correctly use that's SUS in a sentence. Different metrics, same validity. Thank you for watching my story. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe and press the bell icon. Stay tuned for more real-life stories, get more experiences.